You already know what's about to happen. GTA San Andreas is one of those games that keeps falling in and out of popularity every couple of years because of memes and other stuff. But there was a huge demand for a type of meme. Well, not a type of meme. There is a lot of videos on the GTA myths side of things. Myths being such as Bigfoot, UFOs, standard GTA stuff. I remember when these videos used to exist. A lot of them had heavy metal blasting in the backgrounds, but the select few videos I have found take the cake for the weirdest GTA myth videos I've seen. They are made by a user called LOL17, who I think is now no longer on YouTube. But if on the off chance you actually find and watch this video, I would like to say these were the first videos that got me into GTA San Andreas myths and the whole idea of myths in video games thing. So I guess that's something. So let's not stall and just get into the first episode. So one thing I would like to point out right away is that the in-game sounds are fucking loud. And most of the music that you'll be hearing through the cars are custom tracks, which this is the PC version. I would also like to point out the www.fraps.com watermark, because this was back in the day where people just got fraps for free and didn't really care about their quality of videos. So this first myth is the myth that everybody and their grandmother has tried to do is Leatherface, and it's just a standard myth video. They go out into the middle of the woods in the game, they see the figure, and they say, "Oh, that's Leatherface." But make no mistake, this is a mod. All these videos are mod. Also, this has a lot of cheats in it, so he's invincible and all that. It kind of devalues your trueness, but I don't think that's what the creator was going for. Also, I never thought that Leatherface would be a hillbilly with a chainsaw. So these videos are kind of split in half. There's the half where the person drives out and finds the myth character, and then there's the part where he spends like the rest of the video trying to fight and kill the myth character, which of course, since they're a mod, they have a bunch of health and aren't easy to kill. But that's about it for this first episode. So, for the viewing convenience of everybody, I have pretty much nearly muted the audio for this section of the video, as these song choices are going to get worse and they're going to get loud. Like I said, the video quality is kind of shit, so then the video goes into Letterbox, and somehow he manages to crash his car. The plot to this is just thickening. And fucking finally the car explodes, so we don't have to hear that music drone on again. Yeah, it was droning on a lot longer than what I made it seem like. And now we get to the title of this video, the ghost car. Now, the ghost cars in GTA were just a glitch in the game where the spawn system for the cars would be fucked up, and they would spawn on mountains and hills, and they would just roll down the hill like any other car would. So a lot of people see that as, oh, this thing is going to attack me. Well, in this video, this is a mod. Again, these are mods, but the car is aggressive, but he has never-ending bullets, and he isn't being run over, so. Now, this is the first video that I know does not start with an obnoxious song in a car or driving to the place to find the myth. Here's some of that, more of that good old-fashioned letterbox that was totally in the game. And this cutscene, quote-unquote, is just a phone call telling CJ, hey, there are serial killers here. You know, because that was in the actual game. So, I don't claim to be an expert in alternate languages, but cheat averted Probably means cheat activated. So yeah, that proves my point that there are cheats in this. This is just by far my favorite moment in this entire series, and I don't know why. So I thought this video was called Killers, not just standing on a roof throwing shit with the gravity gun. What?
Excuse me, what?
Oh yeah, gravity gun versus what I think is supposed to be Jason Voorhees, but you know, I totally believe this is a real myth, a real fucking thing that exists. Why does this? Next episode. So this next video starts with YouTube poop music, which is always a good sign for a video. So then the guy takes his car, which apparently now has a fuel gauge and all that, out for a drive in the middle of the desert to see all the spooky stuff that you can run into. Now we get to the true myth of this video, which is apparently skeletons exist in this desert town, which I don't know if is in the game or not. And that's about it. He just goes to this area to fight a bunch of skeletons. I would make a spooky, scary skeletons joke, but apparently that song will get my video copyright striked. Also, he uses his fucking gravity gun to pick up the car and smash skeletons with it. I need to see fan art of this soon. Time to drop that ever-thematic fog. Remember, kids, if your car is on fire, definitely use your gravity gun to throw it out of the way. It's best to fire and forget. So, nothing more eventful happens in this video except for the part where he pulls out a fucking RPG to kill a skeleton. And that's about it for this video. Next episode. So, remember how I said most of these began with the character driving to the myth and then fighting it? This one begins a bit differently, with the myth literally popping out of nowhere and causing trouble. So, yeah, that's a thing now.
Well, now we're getting into some deep shit. I don't know if I'm ready for that also. What? 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 What?
This myth is just boring. Next. So this next video starts as all great videos do, with a casual stroll through a cemetery until the character gets a phone call. And, well, again, these phone calls are really developing the plot to this entire series, I must say. I should also point out the zombies to this myth are reused alternate skin for another myth in the game called the Well Girl myth, you know, from the movie The Ring, Samara, I think it is. Anyways, it was another myth going around at the same time, which had a bunch of videos where they would throw a screamer at you. Yeah, I do not miss those kind of videos, but I just thought that was interesting to point out. Next! So there's nothing really much to say about this video except for the fact that he fights a demon bare-fisted, like a bare fist fight with a demon. Now, I would pay real money to see that. That should have been in the new Doom, I'll tell you what. This one is a classic. Bigfoot was always just a myth in the games and in the material of the games. It turns out Bigfoot wasn't real in the game and was only real in other games. So, I guess that concludes this episode. So, next, it's Bigfoot. What else do I say? God damn it, this is just another one like the demon myth. Except this time the model's a bit different and it lives in the cave, I guess. This model, I think, has been used for alien myths, too. A lot of these models are just models for other myths and such. And it's kind of just wearing me down at this point. I guess I could just try to find something worthwhile in this video. I guess the scene where he just stabs the monster like a billion times is just worth some comedy. But, yeah, it's really not. Next. So I'm not even sure what this next myth is supposed to be. I mean, it's just a mannequin-looking figure out in the middle of the woods. I didn't even know this was a myth or considered a myth. I'm starting to think these aren't real myths. Well, none of these are real, but I'm starting to think these aren't based on real myths for the game. Also, isn't killing box people with the flamethrower just a bit over the top and extreme? I mean, nothing is to say that this series was grounded to begin with, but I think this is a point where this series completely went off the rails. And I'm just rambling. Next. So by Gekko they mean the robot from Metal Gear. I don't know which one. I think Metal Gear Ray. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that. So this really doesn't have that much interesting in it. Next. So yeah, this is a theory based off the movie The Terminator, which I don't even think was a myth in GTA at all. It's an okay movie. I would recommend it, but I would not recommend this myth video. Next. I think this is the point where this series officially jumped the shark. I mean, he's playing as the one NPC that's blamed for every single myth ever. You know, the hillbilly. And the fact that he's got two skeletons and the character Sweet from the game as a gang member. So, pretty much, this is when the point of the series is lost. And this is why I decided to do this series, because this person does not care about accuracy. And these myths are somewhat hilarious in a turn. So actually, this is a myth double whammy, as it's the demon from a previous episode and the Lizardman. I mean, that's like 18 myths in one. This whole video is like millions of myths. It's like infinity. Sky's the limit when we have GTA myths that don't make sense. Next.
And I like good trees. Smoke so much weed you wouldn't believe. And I get more ass than a toilet seat.
I do have to say, this myth starts the fastest. I mean, you just see this guy walk up to his casino and bam, there are 3 clowns standing on statues ready to attack. I mean, how else can you start a video called Evil Clowns? Other than my painfully unfunny joke I did earlier. Yeah, this one's just boring. And nothing really happens, except you just see him shoot a bunch of clowns. So, next. So this is Bigfoot, but recolored to be white, and that's about it. So, next video. So this whole video is of him just shooting at people with burlap sacks over their heads, who happen to have chainsaws, canes, and other melee weapons. It's not really a myth video. This falls into the category of the entire video is a fight. I'd also like to point out he has the police and every single conceivable person attacking the same chainsaw-wielding maniacs. I don't understand what this video series is trying to tell me. I really don't. Next. So, the myth of Piggsy is a long and confusing story. Originally, the character Piggsy was from another Rockstar game called Manhunt. A violent game about killing people, and that's what Piggsy was. So, came along Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, and people thought Piggsy was in the game for the longest time. I mean, it would have been a nice Easter egg, but it turns out he wasn't, and it was just a myth. And this is a video of the exact same variety of hunting down the myth and then killing the myth. These videos are just kind of you know, this one at least was a myth in Grand Theft Auto lore, and that's the thing now. So, just keep that in mind. Next. I do have to say, at the beginning here, they kind of make it look like this guy's the sea demon, but no, we have to wait for that, Majesty. And then here's him attempting to take a picture of a Yeti with a chainsaw and what I think is Leon from Resident Evil. Clearly, this is the best series on YouTube. It's like a puzzle video series, an RNG element. Like, you have to take the pictures in certain order to get the sea demons to arise. Then finally, we get the epic battle with the sea demons, and it's really nothing special. I mean, really nothing special. I mean, it's the same as all these other battles in this series. It's a long battle and nothing really happens, and then it just ends out of nowhere. Next. We can go. There's nothing left to discuss. Just next. So if you thought the ghost car was some lore building for GTA, this is literally a bicycle that attacks our main hero. Yeah, a bicycle. A BMX bicycle. I'm still not gonna get over this. It's a fucking bicycle attacking the main character. Jesus Christ. These myths are just getting more and more ridiculous by the minute. I mean, he's standing on top of the bicycle, riding it. I mean, how more ridiculous can you be? Next, I suppose. Well, this one starts with an opening cinematic and such, so that could be a good sign or a bad sign for a myth. Clearly, I don't know better. But I do know that Jason Voorhees has always been a myth in GTA. He's been a strong-going myth since San Andreas came out, and, well, here he is in the game. And, for some reason, he summons fog with him. I don't know why. And that's really all there is to say about Jason Voorhees, GTA myth. Next. Sharks are a unique concept of the GTA myth, as they were thought to be a myth in the game and didn't exist. However, without mods and some versions of the games, you can actually see sharks in the water.
This is just the ghost car again, but with the Vortex.
Oh boy, we're at the halfway mark of this entire GTA marathon marathons I decided to do. This is the ghost staircase. I'm not joking. This is it's a ghost that haunts a fucking staircase that attacks the player. But I'm just happy that I'm almost done with this crap. But in all seriousness, it's the ghost staircase myth. What else did you expect? It's just a staircase in the airport that's apparently haunted by a ghost and stuff. Again, these myths become more and more over the top as we continue to the end. It's been a long, hard journey on just me getting through most of these. I still can't believe I used to watch this crap when I was like 12 years old on YouTube. For some unknown reason, this is the first and only video that has the X-Files theme playing through the video. I do not know why, it just is there. I swear, it's like this person saw other myth videos but couldn't decide on a style. Kinda like my own video style. But other than this being the most bizarre video on the channel in this series, it's not really much worth to talk about. It's just Bigfoot, and then he goes and finds him and kills him. Just like in every other video. So, next. This video is just fucking boring. Next. Seriously, what else do I have to say? They're zombies. And I don't even think this is the Left 4 Dead zombies. At all. I mean, this is just fucking bizarre at most. I mean, you got the hunter, and you got the witch, you got those guys. And they got fucking melee weapons, and one's wielding a chainsaw. I don't know what else I'm supposed to say here. Next. The Epsilon Program is a real thing in GTA lore. It's essentially a play on the Scientology at the time, which was popular, and even it's made its way into GTA 5. So yeah, it's kind of an official thing, but this video is just a fucking mod, and well, this is one of the few times I'm really gonna have to watch the whole video with you guys, just to get an idea of how insane this is. So I would like to point out this guy's squad choice is 2 Master Chiefs, 2 Stormtroopers, and what I think is Ashley from Resident Evil 4. You know, the good one. But she has a gun, so she's infinitely more useful. And the whole video is just them talking about this in a cinematic, I guess. I love how everybody's arms just flails around while they're idle. So yeah, and then that's really all I have to say right now. So then they get into a huge fight with just a bunch of random pedestrians you would find in the game. And it's just a bunch of pedestrians. I do remember there being like a part 2 to this video a long time ago when this was on YouTube. But I cannot, for the life of me, find part 2 to this, so this is gonna be the 1-part review. The next episode is actually Leatherface again. I think we already had Leatherface. I do love how he is essentially fighting a guy in a red bathrobe with a towel over his head, a mask that I don't know. It's PS2 graphics, computer graphics. This game didn't look good on anything. I guess maybe if you had HD, but I didn't. So, yeah, this insanity is over, and we're going to our next video, Leatherface Return. This video just sucks. Moving on. Last time I checked the Ghost Town figure myth, I remember there only being just one Ghost Town figure, and not a bunch of them, which are just a bunch of zombies again. We're almost done with this series. We just got one more goddamn video to go, and then we'll be done with this insanity. But so far, this is the last normal myth video, as the next one is well, it's not a cop-out, but it's definitely something. And the next video is the last one the YouTube channel owner uploaded. And, well, this is our journey. This is our ending. We're almost done, but we gotta savor this one last video here. The final myth in today's series is called The Strange Phone Call. But how this person decided to handle the video, well, the rest of the video, as the beginning is a standard myth video, is kinda odd, and I'm gonna show you why.
Lamp oil, rope, bombs? You want it? It's yours, my friend, as long as you have enough rubies.
Wow, these are some really outdated memes. Not only do you have the Benny Hill soundtrack, but you got the fucking Mushu guy listing off the ropes, lamp oil, and bombs. So, that's how he ended the series. All in all, it was a good GTA video series, and Halloween video is going to be very similar, but with a certain amount of creepypastas. 22 to be exact, in a top list. So, look forward to that.